Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, or really just do my makeup with me, and I'm going to just share a few details about myself, light, and whatever. So the lighting's kind of weird because we have the window open, but it's just so pretty outside I don't want to close the window, so this will have to do. But I just want to get right into it. So for those who don't know, my name is Olivia and I have kind of been doing YouTube for 2 years. Now I would not actually say that, I'd say maybe 6 months, but I've been doing it over the course of 2 years. First I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, which is the Charlotte Tilbury dupe, which I low-key like better than the Charlotte Tilbury, but I have both. I just gravitate towards this one. But I just put this on all of my like concealer points of my face. Let me go get my beauty blenders wet. This is the Sonia Kashuk or whatever, the brand that sold at Target, and this is like this is my normal beauty blender size, and this is how big this one is. It's actually crazy. If I look over here, it's just because my mirror's right there. But like I've been saying, I've been doing YouTube for roughly 6 months. I started in 2022, I believe it was. I started around, I would say, February or even January of 2022, and I was like really into it, but I wouldn't say I was like consistent at that time, but I was posting more often. I wouldn't say it was on a consistent basis, and then a little bit later I kind of just lost motivation for it after like 6 videos, just because like editing is a lot and I was going through a lot with like work at that time, so I was just like struggling to stay consistent even though it was such a big passion of mine. Next I'm going to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 2.3 or Madeline, however you say it, and I'm just going to spot conceal and just do my under eye. Yeah, I've always had a passion for YouTube. When I was in middle school, me and my best friend at the time, we like were making YouTube channels, and then she had like a YouTube channel with her friends from school, so I've always had like a passion for it, but I didn't start posting until 2022, and then I lost it with everything else going on in my life. After that all happened, I kind of just like stopped filming. I sold my camera. I like just didn't think about it. I started posting on TikTok more, but I wasn't like consistent with TikTok either. Basically, I've been yapping too much about that. In the past 6 months, I've been wanting to get back into YouTube, but I was like, dang, I sold my camera and like I don't really want to buy a new one. But I decided, you know what, let me just buy a new camera because I loved filming on a camera. I didn't want to go from filming on a camera to filming on my phone, just because I love filming on a camera and I feel like it just looks so much better, and I love the quality of my videos looking better. So I was just like, you know what, let me bite the bullet. I'll buy a camera again and basically really try to hold myself accountable. Now I will say it did take me a while to get like back into it. I did film a video right away, which was my Christmas video, and then it took me a while to post my next video after that, but now I like really have a passion for it. But anyway, that's basically my whole YouTube thing. Next, I take this Huda Beauty little mini powder that I got a while ago, and I just wanted to try this out, but I love this stuff. I don't like using this to apply it. I take the powder puff and I like dump this on the table, hit my powder puff in it, and then I'll put it on the places that I conceal. But anyway, I am 21 years old and I currently do not live at home, but I live with my boyfriend and his family, which is a completely very weird situation in itself. I still like see my mom and everything, and I love being with my family, but I don't even know what happened basically. So I live with my boyfriend and his family, and I work full-time. I work full-time at a mall, unfortunately. I do want to go back to school. I was in school in 2020. Well, I graduated high school in 2020, and obviously that was the year of COVID, and so there was a lot going on that year. Yeah, it was a rough year, and then I ended up going to college that year, but then our classes, basically I went to one in person, I went to one class, and then after that class, literally that same day, our school shut down because everybody was out partying before school started, so everybody had COVID, and then we had to go take like COVID tests at school, and then I just felt like annoyed basically, because I was like, what's the point of me paying to be living in a dorm, going to school, if I'm in the dorm doing online classes? Like I could do that from home and not pay for a dorm. I decided to come home, and then after the first semester I was like, I can't do this, because what I was going to school for I didn't actually want to do anymore, and then I was just like really struggling with like, why am I paying if I don't know what I want to do? And so I have not gone back to school. I've attempted, but like I've never stuck with it. So I have not gone back to school, but I really want to. This year would have actually been my graduation year, so that's been making me like really sad. But what's meant to be will be. Like I truly believe that. I feel like everything happens for a reason. There's a reason that I left school. There's a reason I came home. There's a reason I went there in the first place. Like there's a reason why I haven't gone back. So I'm really just trying to focus into that and not really worry about everything else. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Patrick Ta bronzer contour thing. This is in the shade She's Bronze, and I also have the brush that goes with this, and I'm gonna go in with the cream bronzer and just pat it on the outskirts of where I put my cream bronzer. I feel like I'm gonna be talking so much in this video. video, like it's not even funny. Now I'm just gonna blend it in with this Real Techniques brush. But anyway, so I haven't gone back to school and I really want to, because I think I've kind of figured out what I want to do now, which is really exciting, but I'll get into that in a second. But I live in Wisconsin. I'm very grateful that I don't live in like a little small town in Wisconsin. Now I'm just gonna brush away my powder that I had on before. I wouldn't say I love it here, but I don't hate it. But like Wisconsin's still Wisconsin. Like weather's ridiculous. Now everywhere I feel like weather's ridiculous right now, but like it hasn't snowed like at all. We had a really big blizzard and then now it's literally like 50 degrees and there was a tornado in Madison yesterday or the day before. Like it's crazy. The weather here is actually ridiculous. It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't have met a lot of people that I really love, so I'm grateful that I'm here, but it's just like I would like to move somewhere maybe temporarily. That would be really nice. That's that. Next, I'm just gonna go in with this Rare Beauty blush in the shade Hope. If I could move anywhere, it would probably be like Arizona, or I've always loved California and I really want to move there. My mom actually grew up in California. Well, she's lived plenty places, but California is where she teenage years basically grew up. And I just felt like ever since I found out that she was from California, it was like I had this weird pull to California and I've always felt like I belonged there. I feel like I should like live there for a little bit or whatever, but obviously California is like expensive as ever, so I doubt that's ever gonna happen, but it would be great. Like if I had the opportunity, I would do it in an instant. So Arizona, I would say. Utah, just because I like the scenery in Utah, but obviously the living situation in Utah is kind of different. You know, it is what it is. So yeah, I would say either Arizona or California for sure, and then Utah if things were different, but I'd probably never actually move to Utah, but I would love to visit. But a little bit more about me and my boyfriend. So we actually met in high school, well, middle school. In 6th grade, he actually dated my friend and broke up with her over a candy gram, which is ridiculous. And I like hated him at the time for that, but you know, we got over it. So in 8th grade, we like had a science class together and I like developed a little crush because him and some other guy that like he's friends with now actually, they were like talking about my like soda can water bottle, if you remember those. And I was just like, oh my god, like he likes my water bottle. And then like my crush started and I've liked him for like forever. And then we started dating basically in sophomore year and we've been together ever since. So we've been dating for 6 years. But if he came to his senses sooner, it would have been longer. He asked me to be his Valentine. Let me show you. The other day he asked me and he got me these beautiful flowers. He knows I love baby's breath. Really like, what are these called? Carnations, I think. I don't know. I like any flower that's pink and red, honestly. So he got me little flowers and some candies. For my eyebrows, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel, which I love this stuff. So that's just a little bit about my relationship. I have 4 siblings. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And then next I'm gonna go back into the Patrick Top bronzer contour palette, and then I'm gonna go in with the other side of my brush and the bottom powder of this, and then just go over the contour. So I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I have 1 younger sister and all the other siblings are older. Me and my little sister are the only like full blood, and then my other siblings were all like half. But I've like loved my relationship with my siblings, like especially one of my brothers. Like he and I used to butt heads like crazy as kids, and now we have like the greatest relationship, I feel. And he has a little son that's my nephew and I love him so much. Next I'm just gonna go in with this NARS Orgasm blush and just go over my blush and then on my nose. And then lastly, eyes. This is my favorite part. Well, I honestly hate curling my lashes, but I like it at the same time because I like what it looks like after. But I was gonna go into like school a little bit, as I was mentioning earlier. Like, look at the difference. Insane. So like I was saying earlier, I want to go back to school, but I think I know what I want to go to school for, but I'm not sure like what it would be under, like what degree. So if you know, you can help me. I'm going in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational first. So I want to go to school. Well, let me tell you what I want to be basically. I want to work for brands or like corporate. I don't know. Like I want to work for a company and I want to design their layouts of stores basically. So like I want to be on their visual merchandise team, I think is what it would be. So I want to design like what the layout of the store will look like, or I want to design like what they'll have to change their visuals to be, if that makes sense. So like my store, we have visuals every couple months, and it's like for winter, this is what your store's supposed to look like. For fall, this is what your store's supposed to look like. For holiday, this is what your store's supposed to look like. And I want to be the one to create what the store will look like, because that's my favorite thing to do. Like when I'm working is to redo the visual updates, and I would love to create them, because some of them I'm like, okay, this looks dumb, like I could do this way better, or I can like change it to make it look better. And I like would want to just be the person to make them, or like help make them, or even design like the layout of the store. Like if I could redo my store, I sure would, because I think it looks ugly. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, so that's what I want to do, but I'm not sure like what kind of field that falls under. Like I don't know if it would be like interior design, but then having to be like commercial, or like what that would fall under. So if anybody knows, I would really appreciate it, because I want want to go to school for that, but I don't know if like that is correct. Like I don't know what to apply for basically. And now I'm just gonna go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic and kind of just go over the tops of my eyelashes, like the very end, and not really like the middle part. But I honestly always change this routine. Like sometimes I do telescopic first and do it over the whole thing, and then I go over the whole thing with the Maybelline one. And then I don't really do bottom mascara. Sometimes I want to, sometimes I don't. So I will today. I'm just gonna do like a little light layer. I don't like it to be like too much, because then sometimes I feel like it transfers to my under eyes, and I absolutely hate that. Okay, and I know that I said this was the last step. I am gonna just put on a little bit of highlight, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of the cookie highlighter from Benefit, and I'm gonna put it right on the tip of my nose, right on my cupid's bow, and then a little bit in the inner corners, and then that is my final makeup look. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of, I talked a lot. If you want to know more about me, just comment some questions and I'll do a Q&A, which I'm kind of really wanting to do. So follow me on Instagram, and I'm going to be posting every week. I think I'm going to be posting a little poll or a video that you want me to post or something like that. I did that for this week, and that's where this whole video idea came from. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below with any video ideas that you have, as well as questions for a Q&A. And also don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Love you, bye.